the carpenter suddenly realized the hammer in his hand was out of control. The nail in his mouth actually pierced his own lip. Right after that, the hammer completely flew away, almost hitting Joseph. And the reason this happened was because when Joseph went to the toilet, he found his poop had been blown away, and there was only sand nearby to wipe with.
Oh my God!
So he had no choice but to come out without wiping. Suddenly, he noticed an outlet nearby. With his poop-touched hand, Joseph directly touched it. As a result, he was instantly electrocuted. Although he was not in immediate life danger, he had already been hit by a stand attack. The culprit was a woman in the distance. With a gesture from the woman, the outlet from earlier disappeared. Soon after, Joseph's body began to change. All iron objects were attracted to Joseph. Even the nail in the carpenter's mouth pierced through his brain and flew toward Joseph. Joseph had turned into a human-shaped magnet, but he himself was unaware of it, and was still hitting on a beautiful woman. But the next second, the woman's skirt was lifted by his magnetic force. The woman immediately yelled at Joseph, calling him a pervert. Joseph was completely confused, but worse was yet to come. The skirt of an old lady passing by was also lifted by Joseph. However, unlike the young woman, she greatly admired Joseph's bold behavior.
Oh my God!
Joseph quickly left the scene, but various kitchen utensils were stuck to him. At this point, he finally realized his body had turned into a magnet. Although he tried his best to avoid it, he still got stabbed in the back. He decided to go to the first floor, but a new crisis was quietly approaching. His prosthetic limb got stuck to the elevator, and he couldn't pull it off no matter how hard he tried. However, at that moment, the accessories on the clothes of a woman in front tightly wrapped around Joseph and pulled him down onto the elevator. Joseph quickly asked the woman for help, but unexpectedly, the woman turned around and smiled, telling him to enjoy it, and then simply left. Joseph immediately realized this person must be a stand user, but at this moment, he could hardly protect himself, and had no ability to chase after her. Joseph intended to use Hermit Purple to press the emergency button, but he couldn't find its location. In this critical moment, Abel arrived just in time, and saved Joseph's life. But Joseph didn't even know he was saved, and was still shouting for help loudly. It wasn't until he looked up and saw a crowd of people that he felt embarrassed. After explaining the situation to Abel, the two went together to chase the killer, but the woman actually ran into the restroom. After hesitating for a moment, the two still went in. However, they didn't know which stall the woman was in. Luckily, Joseph remembered the woman's legs, so he asked Abel to crouch down and look. Finally, they found the target. Joseph hurried over, but his attraction to iron caused all the doors to swing open.